Right, hello and welcome to our June sound healing experience. I was looking, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I must be slacking on my duties or something, but I'm excited to have an opportunity to be here to share. I've got some really interesting music that came to the surface and kind of sitting in meditation. And I got a great download, and I'm really excited to kind of share this. Set that we're going to be doing today and how it all kind of fits in with what's going on in the world today, with where we're at, and why it is so important for us to restore harmony to our energy, to our body, our mind, and our spirit so that we can continue to move forward in this expression, in this experience, but also to remember just how important your energy is. If we could see the impact of our energetic field and how it emanates from us, depending on how we're feeling, what we're focusing upon, we would be very, very much more meticulous about what it is that we hold on within our minds, what we complain about, what we're in gratitude about, all these different aspects. And I guess bottom line, it comes down to this, that who you are matters. And when you ask the question, how can we change this world that we're living in? I want you to go look in the mirror, and it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to all of us. So, with that being said, I'm very excited to take us on this little journey. So, in case you haven't heard this before, I love the guitar. I'm completely biased. I think it's the most amazing instrument. Phil's a clarinet player. He's probably over there shaking his head. No, dude, clarinet's cooler than guitar, but you can't play Stairway to Heaven on the clarinet. I know that. It's on the guitar only. So therefore, guitar is like the coolest instrument in the world, but I love to use it as a metaphor and a way to explain my work and explain what we're diving into tonight. So if you think about it, we're kind of like guitars. We have strings. Those are the facets of our lives, right? We have our health, we have our prosperity, we have our relationships, we have our work, our purpose, how we express ourselves, we have our spirituality, we have our happiness, our joy, and our fulfillment in life. Those are the strings. And then, of course, we take action through those strings. That's the strumming and the plucking. And then, of course, we make music. That's how we show up in life. That's what we reflect out into the world. And I'm going to say this once and I'll probably say it again. Your music matters. In fact, what it is that you put out, your energy, your state of being, emanates and permeates this beautiful field of energy that surrounds us all. And if we want to transform our lives and our experience, we need to restore harmony, because I don't know about you, but how many of you kind of feel like you go through life and this is like how your music sounds? And you wonder why you can't create what you want to create. Well, unfortunately, we live in a world that is committed to put you out of tune. Hey, let's throw in 80,000 man-made chemicals in our air, food, and water, surround ourselves with a vast amount of technology that's penetrated and permeated every facet of our lives. Let's throw in some 5G, 4G, 3G, all above G, smart meters, EMFs, Wi-Fi, all the different things that we're exposed to that are constantly kind of challenging this energy field of ours and putting us into a state of disharmony. And just in case that's not enough, let's throw in those old limiting thoughts, beliefs, stories, perceptions that we all have, that are all part of the human experience, that we've all integrated within the operating system software of our minds that are shaping and shifting our lives. So therefore we struggle. And on top of that, we're bombarded by division, by media stuff, things that aren't working. Pull your attention back. Pull your attention within and begin to realize that within you, within me, is where it is that we can heal our lives, expand our awareness, and become catalysts for positive change on the planet. We've been looking out there forever. Oh, maybe this person will help change the world. Maybe that. No, It's up to you and it's up to me. And we all play a part of that puzzle. So, as I mentioned, the six strings, we have the E string, which is all about energizing your health, your vitality. We know what that's like when that string's out of tune. We experience health challenges, obstacles, stress, sore knees, perhaps maybe low blood sugar, high blood pressure, all the different aspects that can show up in that particular facet. And then we have the A string, which is all about activating your prosperity. Your true inherent natural state of being is a prosperous one, but yet we get out of tune. We experience shortfalls, bad investments, mistakes we make, supposedly. We get into debt, all these different aspects that put that string out of tune. The D string is all about discovering and expressing your life's work, your purpose, your passion, your calling, how it is that you're expressing yourself through your job. The G is all about growing more harmonious relationships. We know what that facet's like when it's out of tune, especially when we're not in harmony with the person that we see in the mirror. And so we want to be able to address that particular aspect. And of course, the B string is about believing in the truth of who and what you are. You are an amazing, dynamic, beautiful expression of life, divine energy, source, the quantum field, however you want to define it, whatever words you use falls short of your magnificence. And then we get two E's, right? The high is all about embracing the joy of living. So, we're going to go into a music set, and I'm going to take you through all six activations, and we're going to walk through it. I'll give you some prompts here and there, but otherwise, the most important thing that you can do is breathe. Just breathe. And if it's hard for you, perhaps maybe to quiet the mind, just imagine breathing in the notes. And just for the sake of our time together, don't worry about how good or how bad you're doing. Just go on the journey. But I do invite you to set an intention. Set an intention for your life. And let me ask you this. Where are you out of tune? What facet of your life is out of tune right now? What's the biggest obstacle, challenge? It could be a health thing. It could be a relationship thing. It could be a prosperity block. In fact, just type it in the chat, because I think we all can relate, because all of us at one time or another have been out of tune in one or more of those strings. In fact, we began to realize in this thing called life, kind of like the guitar, we have to tune our strings all the time. You know, we have to do what it is that we can to restore harmony in that particular facet. So I see like osteo, health and prosperity. Prosperity, too much noise in my head. That's a good one too. Boy, none of us suffer from that, right? That's part of the head's job, is to make noise. And that's part of the power of the breath, to remove ourselves from that and observe the noise. So we have health, we've got prosperity blocks. Hormones out of whack, that's a good one too. Back pain, unmotivated, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Feet, pain. Do you realize every out of tune moment points to something within your own self that needs to get resolved and healed and transcended? Our body talks to us all the time. Our life talks to us all the time. So we've got release, judgment, health and relationships. Health, overbooked and overwhelmed. We've been there, done that. Reclaiming in my back, neck, and shoulders. Or release tension in my back, neck, and shoulders. Oh, they're back to back. Let's see. Oh, reclaiming my confidence and my power. Yes, I thought we had double synchronistic issues there. Digestive problems. Setting aside what's happening in the world so that I can focus on the creative project. Excellent, right there. Right here. This is the center to your universe. This is the place where you can go and transcend all the static and all the noise. So I promised that I would keep my ranting and raving to a minimum and dive us into this process. So I'm excited. I invite you to just sit back, take some nice deep breaths, and I am going to record this into the studio as I play, and be prepared to go on for a little musical journey. So this is an opportunity right now to set an intention to open to more romance, to open to more abundance, to be happier and more fulfilled in life, to be more connected to your inner aspect, your inner self, to feel good, to revitalize your energy, to be in a sense of grace and ease, to revitalize your health. Release judgment. That's a good one too. To be able to be in a state of non-judgment, of neutrality. Whatever that is for you, set the intention, and that's it. That's all you need to know how to do in this moment. So with that being said, let's take some nice deep breaths. Let's breathe. And we'll meet up on the other side of this. Energize your health. Just imagine breathing these notes into that space where you're experiencing disharmony. Take another deep breath. Just focus on your breath. And if any thoughts show up, just allow them to move through you. Take another deep breath. Breathe. Activate your prosperity. Just breathe it in. Take another deep breath. Breathing the notes into your heart. Take another deep breath. Just continue to breathe, watching the rising and the falling. Discover. And express your life's work. to work with joy in your heart. Gently setting the intention to have a more harmonious expression and a more harmonious work life. Take another breath. Take another deep inhale. Just take another slow inhale, open mouth, let it go. Gently setting the intention to grow more harmonious relationships. deep inhale. Believe in the truth of who you are. Who we see in the mirror is the tip of the iceberg of who we truly are. And as we breathe in the notes, we set the intention. To embody more of who we really are. Take another deep inhale. It's time to unveil the masterpiece within. So just take a nice deep breath and have compassion and patience as you continue to unveil and experience your true divine nature. Take another deep breath into your heart space. Breathe. And finally, we embrace the joy of living. Perhaps that might seem like the farthest thing possible right now. But your intentions are powerful. powerful. Can you find joy? Regardless whether the sun is shining or not. Take another deep inhale. Breathe in compassion, love, sensitivity, patience. And remember, you're on a journey to unveiling more and experiencing more of who you are. And shining your beautiful light. Take another deep breath. Breathing deeply. And I invite you to put your hand on your heart space, your point of power, and just feel your breath, the miracle of who you are. And remember that every challenge, every obstacle holds within it an opportunity, a lesson, an unveiling. And for the next few moments of quiet, you can put your hand on your heart space and just imagine this beautiful light glowing, lighting up your whole body, your nervous system, your circulatory system, all of who and what you are. Just breathe. Take another deep inhale. Gently shifting over to open mouth inhales, exhales. As you gently listen to these words, remember you're on a journey. Playing one of the most challenging yet rewarding experiences in life, called the human experience. The process of unveiling and experiencing this awesomeness that's within you. Be patient, be dedicated. Take another deep breath. Breathe. Take another deep breath. So I invite you just to take some nice deep cleansing breaths. And just begin to gently to bring yourself back. Perhaps maybe a little movement to your hands, to your feet. Maybe a couple deep cleansing breaths. And of course, water is always a good thing. Highly recommended. In fact, if you came to the call without water, I invite you to make sure you get some water after we're done. Hydration is so important when it comes to moving our energy. It's just so important. It gets overlooked a lot, and sometimes we get so busy we actually forget to drink water. Well, this opportunity just to drink some water and just to gently bring yourself back this time in this space. So we all come here with a song. That song, it's our passions, our purposes, it's our callings, the things that we want to accomplish and do in our lives. That's our music. That was what was ingrained upon our heart and our soul when we did not read the fine print on the bottom of the life contract and thought it would be really cool to come here to play the game of life and forget everything and then, have these crazy parents and school systems and religious systems and all kinds of different types of systems that just fulfilled their role in hiding the masterpiece so that we could have this opportunity to play this most amazing game, even though it doesn't feel like a game sometimes, called the cosmic game of hide and seek. Hide your divinity and then spend a lifetime reclaiming it, re experiencing it, and bringing that forward. But I just want to encourage you, especially in these times, now more than ever, it is so important for us to hold a harmonious state. What puts us out of tune? The stuff in our environment, our own limiting thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions that we all have to one degree or another that we get to move through and pass through and transcend those things. And kind of like, this is the best analogy that I could ever give. If we go back to the guitar analogy. So I played. Actually, it's holding pretty good tune. It's not being cooperative. Oh, I had to tune that one a little bit. That's a little flat. Same with that one. We constantly have to tune our strings. And that's the work that I'm involved in. And that's what this process is. And I'll be posting the replay. There'll be an email going out tomorrow. I invite you to come back through and go through it again. Breathe through those notes. In fact, I meant to say I'd love to hear what your experience was out of that process. Please share in the comments, and we will be opening up for Q&A shortly. I just did also want to remind you that it took me a number of years to figure it out. Like, what am I supposed to do with what the scientists discovered in my music, and how do I bring it forward? How can I help people? How does it all fit into this? I guess I don't want to say crazy world, but I just said it. So there it is, this crazy world that we all live in. And I realize it's all about helping people to tune their strings so that they can bring their music, their passions, their callings, their essence, their energy forward to a higher level. When you're in tune and in harmony, you have the potential to play beautiful music. If I'm not in tune or in harmony, does it matter how well I play? Nope. Got to tune the strings. And life is always talking to us through the disharmonies that arise in our experience. So, as I mentioned in the email, I have a community that I've brought to fruition. It's an opportunity where I've made so much of my music and libraries available. In fact, even more today for those of you who are already members of the Sound Sanctuary. There's some new things for you to go check out in there. They literally just came live today. But if you're interested in having an opportunity to tune the strings of your life and have a resource in place that can help you to restore harmony, I invite you to go check out this website, see if it's a resource that resonates with you. I come together live once a month to do a very similar type of tuning session. Each month we'll, of course, have a theme. All of those are kept within a portal. I've provided access to music and guided meditations to help you to tune the facets of your life, whether it be health, relationships. As we move through our experience, different strings go out of tune. Well, this is a resource to help you to tune your strings. And there's also a beautiful playlist of music to help rise above the stuff in our environment that also has this ability to put us into a state of disharmony. So you can go to markromeromusic.com/sanctuary if you'd like to check it out. I will post it in the chat a second time. And other than that, I'm here to open up to see if any of you have questions. I'm going to go back and read these comments that just came through. And if any of you have questions, you can, of course, go to that raise the hand button and raise your hand, or you can type a note in the chat if you happen to be a shy person like myself. That's there. Let's see. Nancy said a lovely, blissful experience, heart opening and smiling. Awesome. You're welcome, Phil. You're welcome, Lydia. Celeste says, as always, your music heals me, relaxes me, and puts me into a beautiful place. That's awesome. Thank you so very much. Don said, thank you so much, Mark. This is beautiful and helpful. My pleasure. Thank you for coming. The beautiful healing journey with the wonderful music is much appreciated. Thank you, Jane Lee. Appreciate that. Pat said she felt a clearing out of old energy. That's beautiful. Love it when we exhale, right? Sid, is that correct? This was magical. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Debbie said, what a beautiful gift of music you have shared with us tonight. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Lots of thank yous. Bev said, I felt light in my heart and through my body at the end. So beautiful. Thank you so very much. That's awesome. I'd love to hear that. So, another thing I want to encourage you to do is just be gentle with yourself. Take on those random acts of self love every day and see what opens up for you. See what begins to reflect back to you through synchronicity. Galerienda said, I didn't feel great before, had an upset stomach, and now I feel much better and more like myself. Love to hear that. You did some good work there. Pamela said, thank you. I had weird sensations in my left big and second toes. Oh, that's interesting. And my left leg is dominant, and it brought to my attention difficulty stepping into my life work. So thank you. Excellent. I love that for the beautiful means to tune myself and enjoy angelic music at the same time. Have to leave, but we'll be back for more. Thank you so much for being here. Marcella said she yawned a bit, felt calm, feels calm, enjoyed your beautiful music. Thank you. Laura says, gorgeous enlightenment from your music this evening. Thank you. I'm holding the space for a friend whose son is dying. So sorry to hear. As you were speaking about empathy and compassion, she texted to say that they will be donating his organs. That's awesome. Meanwhile, I invite you to just send love and light. Use your imagination. Send love and light. Okay? Thank you, Connie. Beautiful. Thank you, Simone. Appreciate it. Let's see. Any questions? Once again, you can hit the raise hand thing. We've got a little bit of time. I'm here to be of service. So no question is a bad question except the one that's not asked, right? Is that how that goes? Something like that. Let's see. Kay said 2 weeks post TAVR surgery, 2 week to participate, but love the intention to the heart. I invite you to come back in and go through that process again. Okay. Barbara said it was amazing. Felt in many areas of my body. Thank you so much. I must leave. You're so very welcome. Thank you. So, no questions, huh? I did such an amazing job filling in all the blanks. There's no questions whatsoever. I'll give a last chance. You could raise your hand or type a note in the chat, and we'll kind of go from there. And then, other than that, I will post the link one more time. And then I just want to thank you for being here. And I see Julie raise your hand. I will get to you in 1 second. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on the replay. This will be posted on YouTube next week. You'll get an email tomorrow with a link to the replay. Make sure you come back, share it with friends, share the YouTube channel, whatever works. And like I said, if you feel called to participate in the sanctuary, love to have you. And Julie, you raised your hand. You made my night. Can you unmute?
Think so. Right. Yeah, I've unmuted, haven't I?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you for the beautiful music. I've got some of
My
your
pleasure.
lovely music that I've been listening to pretty much every day from when I bought it more than a year ago. So I love that. Thank you.
You're automatically on the good person list. Santa will be treating you kindly coming up later this year.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to, I mean, I love music as a kind of like a healing support kind of thing. I'm just wondering, like I quite often check the little short YouTube shorts that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep getting all these synchronicities and things, but it's all sort of to do with stuff that I need to sort out. I've created a bit of a situation, and I keep asking for what's my next line action step, but I keep getting all these different bits, and it's hard to kind of figure out exactly what it means. So I don't know if there's anything that your music can sort of clarify about, it's just, okay, what actually, out of all this stuff, what's my next line action step? Just how do
Well,
I get to that?
okay, so this is what I hear. This is what I hear is that a lot of the mind's kicking in. Remember, the mind always wants to throw in its 2 cents and yeah, let me give you some feedback based on what happened over the last 22 years and what happened here and there and then and that and don't forget fear and all that stuff that comes in. So, okay, thank you for sharing and just put a request in. Mine, I know you're trying to keep me safe. I know you're trying to keep me alive. You're trying to prevent me from being eaten by saber-toothed tigers or whatever else might be living out there on the plains, right? And this is an opportunity just to say, hey, take a step back. I invite you to take time to meditate, to be in quiet, to focus on the breath, to ask for clarity, to ask for insight and guidance. It will arise. So I'm not surprised by what you're saying. It happens to all of us. You're not broken. Imagine that, right? And it's just something that you get to, it's part of the noise that comes with this in here. It likes to make noise. You think about it, it's always talking to us. You don't really want to do that. That would be scary. What if people don't accept you? All those little conversations. And what I invite you to do is just observe them. Don't get connected to them emotionally and look to see what's behind the conversation. Look to see what's in the quiet, or what I like to call like the space between the notes. It's like, you know, there's always a message there for you. So that would be my invitation. I don't know what music you have, but play the music in the background. It'll help to quiet the mind down also. Focus on your breath and sometimes a little movement in the body. I don't know if you ever do any yoga poses or just some stretches, and then sit down, sit in quiet, ask the mind to take a step back and see what opens up for you, okay? The guidance is
Yeah,
there for you.
I've got your health vitality music and your meditation music, and I think there's some the money music as well that I haven't listened to. I probably ought to be
Okay.
listening to.
Well, you got
Um,
all kinds of possibilities.
yeah, I just seem to be getting so much coming in spiritually. So, I mean, with your music, is there any of it that's particularly? I mean, I guess that you probably just said it. It's about moving more, being more in the physical, not seeing so much in the spiritual.
Well, no, not necessarily. And then you can also have a conversation with the spiritual aspect of self and say, hey, you know what? Whoa, let's tone it down here. Let's slow down the input. Because sometimes we do get a lot of downloads, a lot of insights, a lot of creative ideas. You should definitely have one of these and be writing all that wonderful downloads and stuff that you're getting,
Mhm.
and then go back and read it later. I call them historical documents. I get to go back and read my historical documents to look at some of those insights, and we forget them. We get overwhelmed by them. But usually, what I find is the mind is the big causer of the turbulence. So, see what opens up for you and go from there, okay?
Okay, can I just ask one other quick thing, please? With your music, like things like water quality and that sort of thing, can your music kind of like infuse water? Like if they're putting stuff in the water and instead of having to put lots of filters and expensive stuff, can you kind of have the intention that
Well,
your music?
I would always use the filters, but the most important thing is to infuse you, okay? So imagine that everything in the water is broadcasting in your radio at 88.5, okay? Impacting you, staticky, noisy, busy, just like what you're talking about. Well, what if you could move from 88.5 to 100.3? Therefore, you're no longer receiving the broadcast at 88.5. Okay, it doesn't mean we're going to go and drink lots of diet soda with aspartame and, alcohol or whatever it might be. There's all kinds of things that we can engage in, but continue to work on shifting your energy. You can be in the world, but not negatively impacted by it. Okay, play the music in your space as much as possible, and that will help to rise you above those things in our environment. Meanwhile, you do what you can to, eat organic foods, drink the best quality water, those different aspects. And all of those steps will help to optimize your energy. Okay.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for raising your hand. Awesome. Let me see here. Let's see, looking forward to the replay. Please include the link to your group with the recordings. Yes, I'll put it in one more time. This is the link to the Sound Sanctuary. In fact, I will be putting tonight's call in the Sound Sanctuary along with what I recorded into the studio. And for those of you who are members, you'll be able to download it and add it to your library. So, just a little bit of stuff there. I don't see any other questions coming in. Maria said, I'm having difficulty receiving the message of my back and hip pain. Back, lower, I assume lower back since it's close to the hip. I find even in my own self and many people I've been doing session work with over the years, almost 20 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. I find that those things have to do about moving through life, about carrying life's burdens, the back especially, lower back, carrying life's burdens, holding on to things, you know, and not feeling supported in life, feeling like you're on your own, you're all by yourself. So our bodies are always talking to us. I invite you to sit down, inquire, listen, ask it questions. It's bringing forward something for you to learn and to grow about yourself. So see what shows up for that. I know you have, I believe you have some music. Um, play that in the background while you're doing this process. So Lorraine said, thank you for sharing your wonderful gift. It also leaves me calm and peaceful. I had a lot of energy through my body going through in counterclockwise fashion. That's interesting. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And Maricela says, I play your journey over and over, and it helps me a lot when I'm dealing with difficult and stressful work. Okay, so let's see. I got Ardath raising the hand. We'll take one more question here. There you go.
Thanks for calling on me. I have a comment. I had asked that when you send the recording out email, please include the link to the sanctuary with that if you can.
It'll be in there.
I tried to copy the link and put my email. It didn't work. So
Oh, come on. Are you not technically savvy?
I'm not. I'm an old lady. What can I tell you?
Well, it happens to the best of us, you
Yeah.
know? I used to be a young pup, Something happened though. What happened along the way? Yes, it'll be in the email too, so you'll be able to get that. All right?
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, very good. Thank you so very much. All right, so with that being said, let's conclude for this evening, and I'm going to play just one more thing. Somebody mentioned the journey, so that sounds like a great one to end the evening with, to just breathe and honoring your journey. Open mouth inhales and exhales. Take another deep breath. deep breath.